What if I told you there's a very real way to tip the odds in your favor after the age of 75? You might believe that many health setbacks are just part of getting old, that slowing down is inevitable. But that's not the whole truth. In reality, a handful of specific conditions account for the vast majority of complications and fatalities in later life. By becoming aware of them and learning how to mitigate their impact, you can extend your independence, protect your well-being, and keep enjoying your daily life for much, much longer. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 5 biggest threats most people over 75 face. These are the same issues responsible for the majority of hospital visits, long recovery periods, and ultimately, deaths in older adults. The surprising part? Each one can be delayed or significantly reduced with a few practical lifestyle changes. You don't have to live in fear of the next fall or worry constantly about your heart or mind letting you down. Stay tuned until the end, because I'll also share a few often overlooked tips that can help safeguard your health against the risks we're about to discuss. These aren't magical solutions. They're realistic steps you can start taking now, no matter your age or current condition. And when I say no matter your age, I truly mean it. Even if you're well into your 70s or 80s, it's never too late to build new habits that protect both your body and your mind. Before we dive in, I want to mention, I'm not a doctor, and this video isn't a replacement for professional medical advice. Think of it like a conversation with a knowledgeable friend, someone who's researched these common pitfalls, tested out a few strategies to minimize them, and wants to share the information to help others live their best lives. Always consult with a qualified healthcare professional for any specific concerns about your health. All right, let's get started with the first and arguably the most common threat facing seniors today. 1. Heart disease, the hidden challenge. If you're over 75, chances are you know someone, or maybe you yourself, who's had a run-in with heart trouble. The number one cause of death in older adults is heart disease, and it can manifest in many forms: clogged arteries, high blood pressure, heart failure, or even irregular rhythms. The scary part is how often these problems remain undetected until something drastic happens, such as a heart attack or heart failure episode. Why is it so dangerous? Heart disease often sneaks up without dramatic symptoms. Maybe you occasionally feel out of breath, or you get tired more quickly than you used to. You might chalk it up to normal aging. In reality, it can be your body's way of hinting that your heart isn't as robust as it once was. High blood pressure, for example, rarely causes pain or immediate distress. Yet over time, it places enormous stress on your arteries, forcing your heart to work overtime to keep blood circulating. Emotional hook. Imagine missing out on family gatherings or travel plans because you're worried about your heart giving out. Picture trying to enjoy a simple afternoon walk, only to realize you're short of breath halfway through your usual route. These scenarios aren't set in stone. They can often be prevented. What can you do? Manage blood pressure. Get your blood pressure checked regularly. If it's consistently high, consult your doctor about medication and lifestyle adjustments, such as reducing sodium intake, staying active, and keeping a healthy weight. Keep an eye on cholesterol. A heart-healthy diet with fewer processed foods and more nutrient-dense ingredients, like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, can help keep cholesterol in check. Stay active at your pace. Even simple exercises like gentle walking or stretching can strengthen your heart. If walking outside feels daunting, consider indoor exercises. There are programs designed specifically for seniors looking to boost heart health without risking injury. Watch stress levels. Chronic stress can raise blood pressure and strain your cardiovascular system. Activities like easy yoga, guided breathing, or even journaling can bring stress down. Believe me, you don't have to train for a marathon to keep your heart strong. Small steps, done consistently, can dramatically improve heart function over time. And if you're watching this and thinking, but I'm already well over 75, remember, it's never too late to adopt heart-healthy habits. Every bit of effort you put in can translate to better quality of life and potentially more years to enjoy it. 2. Falls and related injuries. One misstep can change everything. We rarely talk about falls, but for seniors, it's a massive threat, often second only to heart disease in terms of risk. Picture this. You're at home, reaching for a glass in the cabinet when you suddenly feel slightly dizzy. Or maybe you catch your toe on a loose rug In your younger years, you'd stumble and laugh it off, but now a single misstep can cause a serious fracture, often involving the hip, wrist, or spine. And the recovery, it can be long, painful, and may leave you less mobile than you were before. Why is it such a problem? As we age, our reaction times slow, our muscles weaken if we're not actively keeping them strong, and our sense of balance can diminish. Combine that with decreased bone density, especially in individuals with osteoporosis or brittle bones, and you have a recipe for an accident waiting to happen. Even a mild fall that a younger person would shrug off can land a senior in the hospital with complications. Emotional hook. A single injury might drastically reduce your independence, potentially leading to long-term rehabilitation or the need for continuous assistance. And that fear alone can cause some seniors to limit their movements even more, creating a vicious cycle of muscle weakening and further increasing their risk. How can you help prevent falls? Clear pathways. Make sure your living space is free from tripping hazards. Secure or remove loose rugs. Install adequate lighting in hallways and stairwells, and ensure cords or clutter aren't in your way. Invest in mobility aids. If your balance is unsteady, talk to your doctor or a physical therapist about using a cane or walker. Using the right support device can give you the confidence to move more while staying safe. Strength and balance exercises. Tai Chi is often recommended for older adults because it involves slow, controlled movements that improve balance and flexibility. If you prefer something less structured, even short sessions of chair exercises or gentle leg strengthening can work wonders. Medication review. Certain prescriptions can cause dizziness or drowsiness. If you frequently feel lightheaded, speak with your healthcare provider to see if an adjustment or alternative treatment might help. Don't let a fear of falling keep you on the couch. The less you move, the more prone you become to accidents, because your muscles and bones need consistent activity to remain strong. By taking proactive steps, you can keep your independence and enjoy everyday tasks without constant worry. 3. Respiratory illnesses. Silent struggles with every breath. How often do you take a moment to appreciate the simple act of breathing? It's so natural that most of us never think about it until it becomes difficult. For seniors, respiratory issues like chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, pneumonia, bronchitis, and asthma complications are a leading cause of severe illness and death. Why are older adults so vulnerable? Over the years, lungs lose elasticity, and the immune system isn't as robust as it used to be. A simple cold can escalate into pneumonia. Chronic exposure to air pollution, cigarette smoke, including secondhand smoke, or other irritants can leave your airways inflamed and prone to infection. Plus, conditions like COPD develop gradually, so you might not notice anything wrong until breathing becomes severely compromised. Emotional hook. Take a moment to imagine struggling for air just to climb a short flight of stairs or to enjoy time with your grandchildren in the backyard. Difficulty breathing isn't just uncomfortable, it affects your ability to connect with loved ones, participate in social events, and maintain your overall sense of well-being. Practical strategies. Regular checkups. If you experience frequent shortness of breath or a persistent cough, tell your doctor. Early diagnosis of conditions like COPD or early-stage lung cancer can lead to better outcomes. Vaccinations. An annual flu shot and a pneumococcal vaccine, as recommended by your healthcare provider, can significantly reduce the likelihood of severe respiratory infections. Indoor air quality. Consider using an air purifier, especially if you live in an area with high pollution or if you have pets. Keep your home well ventilated and minimize exposure to dust and allergens. Shakurdirin, gentle exercise, activities like daily walks or easy chair aerobics help maintain lung capacity. If you can tolerate slightly more, some seniors benefit greatly from guided breathing exercises, yoga, or pulmonary rehabilitation programs. Don't dismiss that lingering cough or occasional wheeze. The sooner you address potential respiratory problems, the easier they are to manage. Breathing may feel automatic, but it's also a precious asset. Take steps now to keep your lungs as healthy as possible. 4. Stroke. When seconds matter. A stroke is one of the most frightening emergencies older adults can experience. It happens suddenly. Blood flow to the brain is disrupted, either by a blockage or a hemorrhage, and within minutes, brain cells start dying. Time is of the essence. Without quick intervention, the damage can be irreversible, resulting in paralysis, difficulty speaking, confusion, or even death. Why is stroke such a major concern after 75? As you age, blood vessels can stiffen, and conditions like high blood pressure and irregular heart rhythms, such as atrial fibrillation, become more common. These issues raise the probability of clots or vessel ruptures. Some seniors might experience mini-strokes, also known as TIAs, transient ischemic attacks, which are warning signs that a full-blown stroke could be imminent. The tragedy is that many people ignore these warning signs, either because the symptoms fade quickly or they assume it's a momentary dizzy spell. The emotional hook: picture waking up one day and suddenly being unable to move one side of your body, or you can't form the words you want to say. The frustration and helplessness are immense, not to mention the toll it takes on your family and loved ones who want to help but might not know how. Prevention tips: manage chronic conditions. Keep tabs on your blood pressure, cholesterol, and any heart conditions. If you have atrial fibrillation, follow your doctor's advice about anticoagulants or other treatments to reduce stroke risk. Know the warning signs fast. Now, pre-EF, face drooping. Does one side of the face droop or is it numb? OA, arm weakness. Is one arm weak or numb? OS, speech difficulty. Is speech slurred or are you unable to speak or be understood? OT, time to call emergency services. If you notice these symptoms, get help immediately. Exercise and diet, reducing salt intake, staying hydrated, and maintaining an active lifestyle all support healthy blood flow. Address TIAs promptly. If you experience any sudden weakness, numbness, or confusion that resolves within minutes or hours, don't just dismiss it. Consult a medical professional to rule out a more severe impending stroke. Strokes might strike out of nowhere, but in truth, many of the risk factors are within your control. Stay vigilant, pay attention to unusual symptoms, and don't hesitate to take immediate action if you suspect something is wrong. 5. Cognitive decline, when memory and independence are at stake. One of the most emotionally challenging threats to older adults is cognitive decline. Whether it's mild forgetfulness, significant dementia, or advanced Alzheimer's disease. This isn't merely about occasionally misplacing your keys or forgetting a name. It's a progressive loss of the mental sharpness that helps you recognize loved ones, manage day-to-day tasks, and maintain self-sufficiency. Why does it happen? The exact causes vary. Genetics can play a role, but so do lifestyle factors. Inadequate nutrition, lack of mental stimulation, social isolation, poor cardiovascular health, and more. Over decades, these influences build up, making the brain more vulnerable to degenerative changes. Emotional hook. Imagine wanting to follow a conversation with your grandchildren but realizing you can't quite keep track of the thread, or feeling uncertain every time you step outside your home, worried you might forget the way back. Cognitive decline doesn't just rob you of memories. It can take your confidence and your independence. How to support a healthier mind. Lifelong learning. Keep challenging your brain. Read books, do puzzles, learn a new language or skill, or take up hobbies that require problem solving. Your brain thrives on novelty and engagement. Stay social. Isolation can accelerate mental decline. Regular phone or video calls, visits with friends, and community activities keep your mind engaged and emotionally stimulated. Physical health. Reassure brain health. Exercise improves blood flow, including to the brain. A healthy heart supports a healthy mind. Activities like walking, gentle stretching, or water aerobics can help maintain cognitive function. Quality sleep. Sleep is when your brain processes and consolidates memories. If you have trouble sleeping, consider gentle bedtime routines, reduce caffeine intake, and talk to a healthcare professional for solutions that don't rely solely on medication. Proper nutrition, foods rich in antioxidants, berries, leafy greens, and healthy fats, salmon, nuts, seeds, can support brain health. Try to limit processed foods with excess sugar and saturated fats. No one wants to think about losing their mental faculties. But the earlier you adopt preventive measures, the better your chances of maintaining mental clarity well into your golden years. Tying it all together, a roadmap to healthy aging. Now that we've covered the 5 major threats, heart disease, falls, respiratory problems, stroke, and cognitive decline, you might be thinking, there's so much to worry about. Yet here's the silver lining. Each of these challenges can be approached with a similar set of foundational lifestyle changes. Regular checkups. Don't wait until a crisis hits. Have routine appointments to check blood pressure, cholesterol, lung function, and cognitive health. Balanced diet. Focus on whole, nutrient-rich foods. Balanced eating supports heart function, helps maintain healthy body weight, and provides antioxidants that keep your mind and lungs strong. Consistent activity. You don't need to lift heavy weights or run marathons. Simple, consistent movement, whether it's walking, gardening, gentle yoga, or water exercises, helps keep muscles strong, bones dense, and the cardiovascular system robust. Social engagement. Maintaining close connections doesn't just combat loneliness. It also boosts mental and emotional health, which contributes to overall wellness. Safety measures. If you're prone to falls or live alone, consider installing a home monitoring system, using wearable alert devices, or simply having regular check-ins with friends or family. The most critical point is that aging does not have to be a passive experience. Sure, our bodies change over time, but acknowledging those changes and taking proactive steps can help you continue doing what you love, surrounded by the people you care about. Knowledge is power, and understanding the biggest threats to your health is the first step in preventing them. Practical tips to start right now. 1. Book an appointment. If it's been a while since your last full checkup, call your doctor and schedule one. Make a list of any symptoms or concerns, no matter how small they might seem. 2. Evaluate your home. Walk through each room and think about where you might trip, slip, or have trouble reaching. Make small adjustments. Add night lights, non-slip mats, or extra railings in the bathroom. 3. Set a daily movement goal. Whether it's 10 minutes of chair exercises in the morning or a short walk after dinner, consistency matters more than intensity. 4. Stay mentally active. Pull out a crossword puzzle, read a chapter of a new book each day, or learn a new recipe. Your brain will thank you. 5. Connect with someone today. A quick phone call or a chat with a neighbor can brighten your mood and keep you feeling involved. Every big change starts with a small step. By taking even one of these actions, you're setting yourself on a path toward healthier aging. Conclusion: live with confidence, not fear. We've traveled through some of the most significant health risks facing adults over 75, and it can feel daunting. But remember, knowledge isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to empower you. When you know what threats might be lurking and how to guard against them, you can take charge of your health instead of letting fate decide for you. These 5 major risks, heart disease, falls, respiratory illnesses, strokes, and cognitive decline, don't appear out of nowhere. They develop through habits, environments, genetic predispositions, and sometimes sheer circumstance. Even then, there's always something you can do to lower your odds and maintain a stronger, healthier life. Thank you for joining me today and investing this time in your well-being. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to hit the like button. This signals to others that this information is valuable, and it helps more people discover the video. Also consider subscribing and tapping the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I share more tips for living your best life at any age. Finally, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one insight you gained from this video that you plan to act on? Are you thinking about improving your balance, revisiting your diet, or scheduling that long overdue health check? Let me know your thoughts. Reading your experiences and discussions helps me craft even better content that speaks to what you truly care about. Until next time, remember that every day is an opportunity to choose habits and routines that support a long, fulfilling life. Age might slow us down here or there, but it doesn't have to dictate everything. Stay mindful, stay active, and keep your spirit looking forward to all the possibilities tomorrow can bring. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.